let's draw a figure in movement using the stereometric approach. So first I want to block in the line of action, right, to have an idea of the movement, right, like this, right? And this is going to be just a scaffolding. It can be adapted, changed. So along this line here, I'm going to block in the rib cage, right? Drawing an egg like this, right? And then I'm going to block in here. That's the sternum, right? The base of the neck. This is the top of the sternum, base of the neck. And then I'm going to get the neck here like this, right? And the head here like this, right? You recognize this pose from it's also the pose that I have on the cover of my Dynamic Human Anatomy book, right? So kind of move the head, see that? Moving the head back a little bit, so I can keep adjusting the pose, the proportion. Now that I have the head here and the rib cage, I can see if the two are proportioned, right? So remember the length, the height of the rib cage is about a little bit more than 1.5 heads, right? So starting from the jugular fossa, a little bit more than 1.5, right? All right, that's good. It's good enough, right? Now here, I'm going to continue this line here from the rib cage down like this, right? Back, and then that's when I block in the pelvis, right? So I want to create a continuity between these two volumes, right? So this is going to be the pelvis, right? And I draw this as either a bucket or a marshmallow. The height of this should be equal to a head, and that looks good. So that's one head. So now I have the pelvis, and of course the spine is going to be here, right? So now from the top rim of the pelvis, I could do this. We can divide this in 4 segments. 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? 4 segments. At the upper segment here, upper quarter, I have the iliac spine, and from here to here down, I connect the iliac spine with the pubic bone, which is at the lower quarter. And from here to here to here, I had the connection that is created by the sternum, linea alba, down to the pubic bone. So the acetabulum, the hip joint, is about here, right? And I want to block this in because with this, I can now position the leg properly. So let's see now the leg. It's going to move back like this, right? So the leg, we have seen, is about two heads in height, right? So let's see if I have it right. 1, start from here, 1 and 2. It looks good. I leave it there, right? This leg now, what do I do with this leg? Should I keep it like this, following that, or maybe I could do this, right? See, what I'm doing is I'm thinking of moving this, right, as if I had a little toy in my hands, and I move the figure, right? I move the limbs, I change the proportion, right? And I can do this because all of this is just measures and volume. I'm not concerned with the realistic effect of the final result, not yet at least, right? Or the mimetic accuracy. So now this leg should be 2, more or less from here to here. That's good. And we can also allow for some sort of reduction of the limbs or increase of the length of the limbs based on the perspective, right? Down like this, right? And the lower leg, right, is slightly shorter than the thigh. So here, and when I draw the foot, right, when you draw the foot, you try to do this, right? Draw the heel here as a circle, as a sphere. Then you attach the foot like that as a wedge, right, as a wedge. When the foot is extended like this, the heel will stick out like this from the profile of the back of the leg. So here, in our tip, right, This is the length of the lower leg here, right? And I can draw this as a truncated conical shape like this, right? And that's fine, right? But then if I want to add a little bit more detail, I could add to this a volume here, which is going to be the calves, right? See that? How quickly that really moves from organic form, right? Sorry, not organic. It quickly moves from stereometric form to more organic form, right? So now we need to block in the arms, right here, clavicle, right? And one shoulder is here, one shoulder is here, and now we can block in arm. This arm could go up like this, right? Could change the direction of the arm, whichever way we want, right? It could be like this. So the upper arm is about the same length as the front of the rib cage, so here. And then from here we could do this, right? Open arm. This could come back like this, right? You know what I'm saying? So we can really change the movement, change the position of the limbs, right, as we want, right? See that, right? A leg, this leg could be even more hyperextended, could be here, right? And then from here we could move that leg back like this, right? Right, so this leg could come up like this, right? Forward like that, right? And maybe now it's completely flexed under here. See that? So we just we can decide how to move our figure as we create the drawing. So when we have maybe a pose that we like, we can clean this up a little bit and then draw this either stereometrically in a more detailed way, or we could superimpose on this the organic feature of the body and make this drawing and move this drawing towards something that is more realistic, right? For example, here we could add the breasts right here, like this, right? One here like this, right? And there would be the pectoralis here like this, right? Connecting with the shoulder. That would be the deltoid like this, right? This arm would have now the breast here over that, and this the deltoid here like this. The bicep, the sternocleidomastoid would do this probably, right? Thyroid cartilage. Here we would have the rib cage, right? And this would be the scapula. And here we'd have the external oblique right here. We have now the navel. We have the inguinal ligament with the glutei, with the genitals here. The linea alba keeps going down like this, right? And the legs, with the peak of the quadricep down like this. This is going to be the tendon of the adductors, right? This is going to be the volume of the adductors, and that is the hamstring in the back. And the sartorius would come down like this. This is the we're going to have the knee here, and the goose foot down like this, the calves, and so on.